Oh, hi there, and welcome back to Minecraft. I'm here on the NH13 server, and as you can see, we are hanging around near the Nether portal, because this episode is all going to be based around the Nether. We are going to build a Nether Hub. So sit back, relax, and we'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I'm here in what can only be described as our main Nether Hub. It's not bad, but it does need some work because it doesn't really look very nice. It functions in the sense that we've got all these different paths going off in different directions, taking you to different people's bases and different landmarks. But there's no uniformity. There's no, you know what I mean. There's no consistency. And obviously we've got some tunnels that are just like this, we've got other tunnels that have got rails in, we've got other tunnels that have been decorated really nicely, and yeah, it's just not consistent. So, I mean, that's fine, it's not a problem, but what I'd like to do is actually start by moving, or getting rid of some of the rooms, essentially. Make it so that we've got big open room as opposed to lots of corridors, so it's hopefully a little bit less confusing to know where things are. So I was thinking I'd probably start off by removing this wall here, all the way down, just where I've just been, down there, round there, all around, clear this out, and then from there we'll see what's next. We'll maybe look at doing a few other segments, but I mean there's base stuff in every direction, so we can certainly make this look good. I know Cosmo's been working on a rail system, so we'll look at maybe combining the two together where we can get his rail system going throughout it, and we'll just try and get, let's say, some uniformity to the overall area. But let's start by just knocking this down and be back in a second. Right, well that took a lot longer than expected, and as you can see I've used up almost all of the durability on my pickaxe, considering that's got Unbreaking 3 on it. Well, it's going to take a while to repair, but I've got mending, so I can fix that. Obviously, I've cleared all the risks out. I've gone, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 high, and I had a few instances of lava coming down. In one point, it destroyed some of these rails, so I'm going to go replace those real quick. But I need to go repair my pickaxe now. So I'm thinking, I mean, this is just a small part of what we're going to do. I kind of feel like we're going to need to maybe look at this on a live stream. So what I'll probably do is maybe look at doing this section over there, same sort of distance back there in a live stream. And then we'll have to start focusing on what we're going to put on the ground, because we don't want all these guys spawning in because they're just going to get in the way. So we'll need to figure that out, but let's clear some space out and then we'll do that. So let me do that and I'll be back with you in a second. Side note, I've been doing a bit of work on the ice temple. Well, since the previous video went out and stuck all over the internet, etc., got quite a lot of response back from people about things we can change to it. So I've taken some of that on board, and well, as you can see, we've made a few changes. So obviously we had the tower there before, we've added the second tower over here. Let me just go up to the top and we'll start from there. Up here, we've made this one big viewing platform. I might possibly take out these lines here as well, but then I'm not sure what to do with that, so I don't know, we'll have to figure out that one. I've moved the staircase from over this side around here just because it's consistent with those two, and I've got the two towers there. Now I could go and put some more towers on this side, but I'm not sure if that's going to be too much or not. Someone did suggest changing the cobblestone stairs to prismarine. I think that's quite a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. I don't have any at the moment, so perhaps I'll get some at some point, but I think colour wise that should look really good, because I'd like to add a bit more colour to this section here and obviously all around the outside. What I've done with the towers, I've added the blue ice on the four corners, so you can, if you have a look, you can see that's all there, just to give it a little bit more. Just, it was a little bit samey, and to be honest, I'm still not 100% happy with it. I'm still open to ideas, and at the moment I've still not done a roof of these because I just haven't decided what I'm going to do that. Lots and lots of ideas coming in about what we can put inside here, but I think that's going to have to hold back for another episode, and well, I'll update you with that as and when we've got something. But as I say, we just need to work on these top bits at some point and maybe add some colour there. Feel free to let me know what you think, but let's get back to the Nether. Okay, so the live stream is now over, and we've dug out, well, quite a lot of this now, to be honest. What we've done, we've gone, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 high, and I don't know how many long ways. Had some help. You can see Cosmo there, he's been helping me out just recently, and Rixky has also helped me as well. I've not done this on my own, but it's looking bigger. Definitely bigger. We have got a lot of excess materials, which these chests are pretty much all full of, give or take. But now it's time we need to start thinking about what we're actually going to do with this. Now, I've had a few ideas, and we have looked at some of the other areas that are in here. So I like the idea of maybe having some sort of lava flowing down, like sort of coming down here. Maybe some stone around the outside of it, lava on the inside, glass on the outside so you can see the lava obviously. Need to take into account the fact that there's doors, so maybe look at, I don't know, having a doors, sort of those 2x3, and then the lava the rest of the way down, obviously with a gap underneath it. So that's something to think about. I need to basically try and grab some materials now. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to wander around. Well, yeah, going to go grab some materials, and then we'll come back and we'll see if we can get this started. Side note, these pillars here that we're standing on, they're not an accident. It was intentionally put in here like this for a particular reason. Now that was, when I started digging this out, it basically left us with a massive big open room. And that was fine until ghast started spawning in here, which started to cause a bit of a problem. Now I can handle a ghast or two, it's not a problem, but I was concerned about other people. So what I've basically done is put these in to stop ghast from spawning. So if you don't know, a ghast takes up a physical space of 5 blocks by 4 blocks by 5 blocks. So it's 5 up, 5 out this way, and then 4 across. What this basically does is prevents there being any spaces in this room at all where a ghast can spawn. So it does the job. It was a temporary thing just while we were building it. Although, to be honest, I'm kind of getting to... Oh, whoops. Getting to like the look of it. Different material, obviously. So we may carry that forward to the final build. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that out. But we also might try a few other little tricks. But anyway, let's get back to grabbing some resources. Firstly on the shopping list is sand, because we're going to need a lot of glass. So I've come out to the desert and, well, let's grab some sand. That should keep us going for a while. Okay, so next up we need lots of gravel. So let's just grab some of that and move on. Just going to borrow Cosmo's super smelter to smelt some of his sand down whilst I go and peruse his shop and buy all his stock from him. So leave that going and I'll be back with that for that in a moment. Stone. 1 stack, 8 emeralds. 4 stacks in there, that's 36 emeralds. Take all those, thank you very much. And stone bricks, 1 stack, 8 emeralds, 3 of those, and I'll take those. Thank you. Oak logs, 2 stacks for 1 diamond. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets, so let's take all of those and pop that in there. And 2 stacks for 1 emerald. So let's take 1, 2, 3. I've run out of space. Okay, well I'm going to get all of those but 2. And great. Glass is ready. Sweet. Okay, so just trying this as an idea. Not 100% sure it's going to stay, but we've got some lava flowing in the background with some white stained glass in front and some white concrete obviously next to that. Pillars, I'm not sure what's going to happen with them at the moment, but they may stay, but if they do stay, they will be a different material. Idea for a door, so we're going to have a bit of lava flowing down, a bit like there, but obviously only this far. A couple of gaps so we're not going to get drippy bits coming down, and then we'll have the staircase stroke door going down there. Now obviously we're going to have to look at where it connects because, I mean, this doesn't look too good, but that's fine, I can figure that out. And obviously, I mean, that down there, I want to have a door. I basically want it to be so that it's 2 gap and then go in there. So maybe move that over slightly. But we'll play around with it. Floor-wise, again, just trying a few things, but hopefully slabbing this down here means nothing should spawn. It would stop pigment spawning in here and magma cubes, etc. But hopefully it should stop the ghast as well if we do remove those. Again, we need to just maybe come up with some sort of pattern, some style for it. But I think what I'm going to try and do is maybe do this but on a bigger scale, do at least one side, if not the entire room, and then see how it looks, and then we'll come back and we'll go through it bit by bit. Okay, so we've laid out a little bit more. Still obviously work in progress, but obviously we've just got a little bit more up there, so you can kind of see how think of doing the doors. Obviously it depends exactly which, I mean, this is a 2-wide door. It works. I think that looks good. The lava looks good. It's not. No, there's no drippy drips. That's fine. Over here, we've just got one big open patch here. I'd like to maybe construct some sort of tower, maybe in the middle somewhere, and do the same on that side, obviously. But basically, I've tried to work out doors and stuff to try and make it work. So I've got a bit of a pattern going around here, which I'm hoping to stick to. We're obviously going to build up the same way we are. We're going to have the floor come out and have the same sort of things. We're going to path going all the way down there, around there, looping back round with the big central area in the middle, which again will have something in there, not quite sure what exactly. Need to get some sort of roof on there because netherrack is not going to work, but I'm kind of thinking we maybe mimic the floor. Don't know, we'll try it, see how it looks, and obviously then copy exactly the same over there. And in the end, we should have lots and lots of different doors and passages so that we can use it can be a working nether hub. So yeah, let's just do a little bit more, and I'll catch up with you in a second. Okay, so the outside walls are pretty much done now. We've got well, most of the, like I say, the outside bit done. We need to put some stuff on the middle. We've obviously got to light this up just a little bit because it is quite dark still. You can see sort of the shade where the lava from the sides just aren't quite reaching at the top and the bottom. So what I want to do is build some sort of, as I said before, some sort of tower, maybe like a lava fountain in the middle of this one, and also the same over on this side, just to give us a bit of a view, and then decorate this up a little bit because this looks fine. I mean, no, it doesn't look fine. This looks better than netherrack, but it's not good enough. So I want to try and make these look a little bit nicer, and maybe have some lights coming from the ceiling. Obviously, we've made the nether portal bigger. We've got lots of paths coming off. Some of these don't go anywhere, but they're future planning for, well, for the future. But let's have a word building something in here, decorate it a little bit, and add some lighting, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, so we now have these centerpieces in the center, which add some light to the room, and obviously just gives it a little bit more something, just so it's not big empty. There is more that we need to get done here. That didn't look right. No, that's fine. Cosmo's been working on a rail system, which he was basically he's going to try and get that into here, connect all the different doors together, etc. with that. But he's been working on that previously. I don't know if I can show you down this way. No, it's a long way off. But yeah, check out his video. I'll pop a link to that for you. But it's worth it because that's all going to come together. As you can see, we've now completely removed the pillars at the top because we no longer need them. Ghast or nothing can spawn in here, to be honest. There's a few spots that can spawn on these odd blocks here, but that's just going to be pigment. But nothing else can spawn in the rest of the room because there's no spawnable space available. These are all slabs on the floor and stairs, not spawnable blocks. Obviously, nothing spawns in the air. Even the ghast will spawn on the ground level and then fly up. And so the only thing is we'll get the odd pigman spawning on these, but I might go around and just pop some carpet on them just to stop that from happening. But I can't like the look of it. I don't really want to take away the look, so maybe that's what we'll do. But the odd pigman's not going to be the end of the world. But yeah, I think that's what we got so far. Let's say we do need to do some more work in it, but we'll come back to that later on once once Cosmo's done his bit. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, please give it a big like and a thumbs up on the video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. But as always, I've been Seki Gamer, you've been awesome, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.